Now to a drama playing out in the South tonight in Georgia. 42-year-old man on death row lost what might have been his last chance to block his execution, now scheduled for tomorrow. He was convicted of the 1989 murder of a police officer. But as NBC's Tan Trung reports tonight, this is a celebrated case because a lot of people have real doubts about his guilt.
In Atlanta and around the world, calls for clemency for Georgia death row inmate Troy Davis, who had one last chance to appeal his execution.
I'm concerned about the possibility of us genuinely executing an innocent man.
Former President Jimmy Carter and Pope Benedict are among nearly 1 million who've petitioned the state's Pardons and Parole Board. Even some death penalty advocates say there's too much doubt to execute.
It's a textbook example of the sort of case in which the death penalty should not be applied.
Davis was convicted and sentenced to death for the 1989 murder of Savannah police officer Mark McPhail, shot in the face and chest while helping a homeless man. 9 witnesses testified Davis was the shooter. But 7 of the 9 witnesses recanted their statements, several claiming police coercion. One of those witnesses said, quote, "I was real young. I was scared. I told them what they wanted to hear." Davis's defense also points to a lack of evidence. The murder weapon never found. 3 jurors who voted to convict now say they would vote differently. Davis's many supporters have tried everything they could to convince the board that given all the questions in the case, the execution must be halted. But this morning, the board denied Davis clemency. His family and supporters were devastated.
When there's doubt, you can't make mistakes. You have to be sure.
This is an affront to human rights.
But Officer McPhail's loved ones called it justice.
Not just my father was taken, but the future that we would have had together was taken from us. And the future that he would have had with his family was taken.
For 22 years, Davis has maintained his innocence. But now, with his legal options exhausted and no possible intervention from the governor, he's scheduled to be executed in a matter of hours. Tan Trung, NBC News, Atlanta.